Steve Araujo,
Doug Koeppen.
two dudes,
One bass.
yeah, the #1 YouTube show ever from the Bass Hang, award-winning. We're up for a lot of awards.
Yeah, right
That
here. Bass
right
Hang
here,
Studios.
Bass Hang Studios. We had the ceremony. I voted it the best show on YouTube.
Yeah.
So did Doug. So there we go. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching. We are back with another bass. Pretty incredible bass.
Skjold.
Yeah, it is a Skjold, Skjold, Skjold Gen 5. And it's handmade by luthier extraordinaire Pete Skjold. I had been aware of his basses. I think maybe I picked one up a couple of times, maybe at NAMM. Thought they were great, but this time, this is on loan from a friend of ours. And it's exceptional.
It really is.
It's one of those basses that just has everything in space. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, you don't really come across them that often.
You don't, when everything is great from the low B
Man.
all the way up the neck. The EQ works beautifully.
Yeah.
I mean, the neck feels great. You know, it's hard. I can't find anything to complain about, even nitpicking.
Yeah.
You know,
We have a lot of really exceptional basses come through, and they're all great, from these to the expensive to even the less expensive ones. I mean,
that gets the job done.
That get the job done.
Yeah.
A Squire Vintage Modified, a Tribute by GNL, a Sterling by Music Man. They're all inexpensive, overseas made. They're great. Then you go to the expensive ones. Those are all great too, but there's some that just have...
They stand out.
They just have that wonderful it factor where you play and just go, wow, there's something special here.
You don't want to put it down.
You don't want to put it down.
That's the thing
Yeah.
about this bass. I get it in my hands, and I just like, no, don't take it away.
Yeah, we've been playing it. So again, it's a Pete Skjold Gen 5, and I talked to Pete, and he said that the Gen is short, not for generation or anything, but generic. So it's kind of his basic model, I guess. Double cutaway, kind of reminiscent of a pseudo jazz bass, but kind of the evolution that kind of Michael Tobias does. And there's other makers out there that have this kind of newer kind of body style. So again, it's kind of his generic Gen 5. He does make some other models that are very much more artistic. Right?
You mean body shapes?
Body shape.
Exotic,
artistic, body shape, kind of take a little bit more liberties. Big horn, single cutaway. I think Damien Erskine plays them, and maybe David Dyson, those guys play them. Whaleback is a model. There's Drakkar, I think, is one of them. And this one is kind of my favorite. I'm more of a traditional guy, so this body style definitely kind of resonates with me a little bit better. So again, this is the Gen 5. Has a myrtle burl top, just beautiful sunburst, right? I mean, it's, looks 3D-ish. The finish is...
It's a little MTV-ish kind of...
Absolutely.
Not sure he wasn't copying or anything, but
No.
it just, the figuring and everything and the finish is similar.
It's good, man. And it's kind of... it's not that super bright, like lacquery finish. It's kind of between like a matte and a regular colored base.
It's very regular too.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So myrtle sunburst top, probably quadruple A. In what is it? What am I trying? In wood figuring, right. In wood figuring, right? Pal Faro fingerboard, rosewood. I believe that's the type of rosewood. I think Pal Faro. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Matching headstock, you know. I don't know if they can see it that high. Let's see. Let's get, yeah, there we go. So matching headstock, Dunlop strap buttons, hip shot hardware. And then this is an ash neck with a purple heart stringer. So when this first got here, we always like to kind of like guess what woods. Because, you know, we've seen them a lot. I thought this was that black limba because it almost looks like it looks like that color. It's a little darker, so it is an ash neck. So maybe it looks like it was maybe stained a little bit.
Probably. Bring out the grain.
Yeah, so it goes up all the way, and then purple heart, and then an alder body, and it's
5 bolts.
Oh man, 5 bolts with hex screws. Plus this is I think those are hex. I mean, it's it's just it's amazing. It's really, really good.
0 fret.
0 fret. Yeah, man.
And the smaller frets.
It's smaller frets.
I often say that when we review basses. I don't know what kind of sound difference it makes.
Feel for sure, right?
It feels really good. You feel more. I feel more like I'm touching the fretboard when I'm playing the bass instead of sitting on top of big jumbo frets.
A little easier to and you're saying that the action could probably go down on this one.
It's really great as it is.
Killer.
The neck is nice and straight.
So you could definitely bring it down a little bit, and that probably will help the smaller frets really give it that super fast action. Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of enamored with this bass. It's one of those where we're like, man, this thing is just ridiculous. And the string spacing is not 19. I think it's 18.5. And with the adjustable, I'm pretty sure it's a hip shot bridge. Our friend that owns it has it kind of spread apart the widest. So it's like 18.5. It's comfortable to use, right?
I really like that.
Yeah.
You know, especially on a 5-string, it's a lot of geography. It's a lot of territory to cover, so it makes it so easy just to move around on the bass. And it's not a problem for slapping.
Yeah, you can still get in there. It's comfortable. It has the 2 and 3, so the B and the E string, BE on the top of the headstock, and then the A, D, and G. That's kind of cool. And electronics are Skjold pickups. I'm not sure who makes them, but those are his own pickups that either he wants or has somebody wind to his specs. So those are Skjold pickups with a John East preamp. So let's go through. Let's play, man.
It's made for him, though, right?
Made for him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's kind of the Skjold / East preamp made to his specs. A lot of these, guys will have that. So so we have a master volume. Go ahead and play. So everything is flat now. All right. Oh, it has active, passive. So we'll concentrate on active mode. So that right there is your master volume, panning, bridge, neck pickup. So that has a little center deton. So you have master volume stacked with your panning. You also have a passive tone, which I always like to have passive tone. You roll that off a little bit, right?
It's a little more organic sounding, I think. Not quite as brittle and
yeah, and you can just take that global tone and bring it down if it's a little too hyped. You just take that, cut it a little bit. So even in passive mode, it works in passive mode too. So that's all the way up in passive, it's all the way down in passive. Gain goes down a little bit, so on your amp, if you're playing passive, you probably want to boost up your gain a little bit. Now we're back up on active. So so that was your passive tone. That's all the way up. The knob closest here, this is mid-range, boost and cut. Now this is sweepable mid. So you have a sweepable mid. So it's almost like a wah-wah pedal if I'm... Wait a second. But it's a sweepable mid, so when you're boosting it, or I can cut, get really nasally. Yeah. So that is your mid-range, sweepable mid, boost and cut. And then treble, boost, cut. These all have center detons. And then bass, boost, bass, cut. Yeah.
The B string.
B string is... So the B string is one of those... We have this discussion about B strings all the time. There's B strings that are big and round, where you feel them, and... Well, I think you can... Maybe feel all of them. Maybe a bad one you can't. But there's the bigger and round, and then there's that tight, punchy beat. Yeah,
the one that's sort of at the same kind of character and quality as the other 4 strings.
That's the E string.
Just
has that
Yeah, so
that
it
gun
sounds like the
punchy.
same instrument.
Yeah.
Instead of all of a sudden on some basses you go down to that B and it's big and it's thunderous, but it doesn't almost have the same character as the strings. This one, I hope this comes across on the recording because
and it's all flat. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we're flat and active. I hear it, you know, and I can kind of feel that punch.
It's gritty.
Which feels great.
It's gritty. It's like you can still hear the string vibration and the articulation of the note instead of just some big thunder. It's just you just want to play down there. You just want to keep playing.
Yeah, and you know it's weird. Like even on gigs, there's other basses that have that kind of rounder B string. Nothing wrong with it. They sound good. Sure. It comes through, but that for some reason that punch is just nice when you have it there because it's just so. It's so quick. I mean, obviously, lower frequencies travel a little slower, so maybe a little more sluggish. You know, you can definitely feel that big bottom, but on a bass like this or certain other B strings that have that punchy B, it's just, and it's just right there.
Yeah.
It's tight, you know. And this is 34-inch scale.
Yeah.
34-inch scale. So the whole thing about a longer scale or this and that was a B string. I mean, we have 33-inch scales here. We have 34-inch. We have 34.5. We have 35-inch scales. And it's just one of those things. A 35-inch scale bass can have a great tight punchy B string, or it can have a floppy B string. It's really just, I don't know, voodoo. I always say voodoo because you can never really tell. So that whole, I think, I don't know. And obviously there's luthiers out there like, no, this special number, this is it, you know.
I don't know. People I know say it depends on how the wood goes together and how the resonance, vibrations translate out of the instrument.
I mean, I definitely think it's, luthier quality. They know what they're doing, but I think it's kind of luck of the draw. Like, it is. Some will sound great. I mean, we've had G&Ls, and G&Ls are, they're cut, they're made, I mean, they're really well made.
Yeah.
They're killer made, and some will have a B string that's just like this, just tight and punchy, and then some will have a B string that's just rounder. Nothing wrong with it, but it's the same model bass, but some just have different characteristics.
Yeah.
And those are 34-inch scales, so I don't know, man. Luck of the draw, voodoo.
Yeah, and like you say, it depends on what you like to hear, too.
Yeah.
For you and me, we seem to like this really articulate B. It might not be true for everybody.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think, everybody has kind of their different take on it, especially depending on what gigs they're doing. Also, we're playing through a Darkglass Microtubes 500 head and a little 112 form factor. So just an FYI, this is Doug's first time playing through that amp. We're going to talk about that one on another episode. But just wanted to let you guys know what we're playing through. And a 112 ceramic form factor cab. So, just FYI. Yeah.
What do we have DRs on here?
Those, the strings, have no idea. I think Greg got them. I mean, they're non-wrapped. They have brass ball ends. I mean, I would guess, my first guess would be like, DR, but there's probably other manufacturers. I think there's like Labella, or, they'll, I don't know. Have no idea. And Skjold, actually, they have their own strings, too.
Oh. So
they have their signature, kind of like Wilkins has their signature, or MTD, or Sadowski. Skjold does have his own signature. Yeah.
We back to flat here?
Dude, it's flat, man. Yeah, it's flat with the passive tone up, man. I mean, it's just... everything kind of comes together on the bass. The way it feels... That low B, though, is mind-boggling on it. It's really good.
It's got a mid-rangey.
It has,
but it's not an annoying nasally kind of a sound. I think that's what makes it cut, and the balance of the sound is so so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's the bass?
Bass and treble are stacked. Treble is the top one, so that's bass. Yeah, and that's mid. So you can cut the mid.
Cut the mid's a little.
Let's see.
If you want a more round,
So the bottom pot on the mid range chooses the frequency. It's like it's sweepable mid is what it would be. It's a sweepable mid because it almost sounds like a wah-wah pedal. So that's cutting it and that's raising it, and then boosting the mid. See? Sounds like a sweepable mid. Yeah. Which, there we go, I cut. There's the bass boosted. around, but it still has a characteristic. It still has, I think it still has that, the sound. A certain sound, I should say. I don't know. What do you think? You like?
I have the feeling, I haven't gigged this, obviously it's not my bass, but I have the feeling I'd be able to, this would cut through any mix.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to have trouble hearing myself.
Yeah.
Just because the tone is, it's just there, but it's, you know, that's not because it's thin and bright, it's because it's just cuts.
So let's go passive. The button on the very left is the active passive. Go ahead and push that in, so that'll boost the gain up a little bit.
It's in right now.
Yeah, so out is going to be for passive. There we go. Let's, I think. So that's completely passive with the passive tone all the way up.
And everything flat.
Yeah, well, it's passive. So basically, all you have is master volume, tanning, and then passive tone. So there's off with tone, and then that's, I'll cut it just a little bit. Yeah.
I think a little volume.
What's that?
You lose a little volume. But
you lose some volume, yeah. Yeah. But just to show that it definitely has, even that low passive sounds killer, man. I mean, that D, that, yeah, that D sounds great, the C sounds great, yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
That's passive, yeah. Pete Skjold, you done good, man. You done good. Yeah. Here, let's go back to active and then press the little button in. There you go. Yeah, go ahead and play. Yeah, there we go.
Definitely has that little bite to it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I have not opened up the control cavity, so I'm sure that, I'm assuming, but usually, you know, preamps and stuff will have a gain, so maybe it's one of those things where you just kind of take the gain and back off a little bit so that it matches the active, so that when you are switching back and forth, it's a little closer. I don't know. But if I had the bass, I would be playing it active all the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mess with it, man.
Sounds that good, which is unusual for us because we tend to love jazz basses.
Single coils,
you know.
single coils, passive, just kind of, I know, man.
Just for the expressiveness,
Yeah.
but this bass, you're not losing any of it.
And then when you're saying expressive, it has a personality. You know, we talk about some basses that are, even the expensive ones or whatever, they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. They're all awesome, but sometimes they lack a little personality. This thing has a lot of personality. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's
You can slap that thing a little, so that's way more of a territory.
It has an inherent mid-range to it, right?
It does, but that's good.
Yeah.
Makes it very clear.
Yeah, man, this thing, it just...
The shape of the neck is perfect. It's not chunky at all, but it's not too flat.
And you're saying it might be a little asymmetrical, and I'm looking at it, it might be a little thinner on the treble side.
On the treble side, that feels really good when
just
you move down around the backside.
This neck just feels good.
It does.
Wow.
It really does.
Yeah, this is good, man. And I like the finish on it. It's not like a heavy regular finish. It's like I said, it's almost like between the satin finish and maybe like the MTV finish, how they do their kind of like the matte finish is what I'm saying, but almost, you know, maybe to let the wood breathe. I mean, who knows? You know, it's just
seems like you don't stick to it as much.
Yeah.
You know, it feels really nice.
Man, it's just a comfortable instrument.
And I suspect this is a matte finish on the neck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can feel that grain. It feels good, man.
It really does.
That neck is just crazy. It's almost like the basses I play have a little chunkier neck, so when I'm playing, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just like it's so fast and responsive. It's good, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, this has been a treat for us to play. So, Greg, thank you for the loanage. Yeah, that's good. That's a keeper for our buddy for sure. Yeah, it's good, man. I don't know. Anything else to say about it? Unicorn scale? No, it's just really good. Yeah. I think that bass fits you incredibly well.
I think I'll take it home.
All right, take it home.
Yeah.
Greg, sorry, you can't have it back. Yeah, this is bass enablers now. So, anyways, yeah. Anything to finalize?
I don't know. We've kind of drooled all over it.
I know.
It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Talking about the pickups, Skjold pickups. I don't know, man. It's great.
It's just one of those exceptional basses. Just really, really good.
This neck, the only thing we didn't say is that the neck comes all the way through to here.
Yeah, and that's part of the neck, so it's glued on as opposed to like a removable plate, and you can still get into the truss rod.
Yeah.
So it's
a little deeper in the body. Probably helps with some of the resonance.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful. Very playable. Love it.
Aesthetically gorgeous. I love the way it looks. So yeah, it's good stuff, man. All right. Steve Araujo.
Doug Koeppen.
2 dudes.
1 bass.
Skjold Gen 5 bass. That is, it's really good. Play us out, buddy. Play us out.
How about a little